Now, in this module, I'll also explain about how to create these physical structures in the database, that is in the Oracle database. Now, I do have a table called doctor, and you can see the structure of the doctor here, data structure of the doctor here. It has got three columns: column 1, column 2, and column 3. Column 1 is doctor ID, column 2 is doctor name, and column 3 is date and stamp. These are the values. D1 is for doctor ID, Dr. Williams is for doctor name, and the date on which this record was created or updated, that is maintained in this column called as date and stamp. So altogether, you have got column 1, column 2, column 3, 3 columns, and you have got 4 records: D1, D2, D3, and D4. In our example, primary key is imposed on this column called doctor underscore ID, and not null constraint is imposed on this column doctor name and as well as date and stamp. Now, what is a primary key constraint? Primary key is a constraint which will not allow duplicate values and null values. So, the doctor ID column should be always having unique values, and it will not allow null values. And when this table is created in the SQL database, this primary key will have three things. The first one is a unique constraint will be created. Second one is not null constraint will be created, and the index will be also created. When the primary key is imposed on many columns, then it is called as composite primary key constraint. As of now, in this table, we are imposing the constraint on only one column, doctor underscore ID. So it is not a composite primary key constraint. To understand how to implement that one in the database, we have create table statements and as well as insert table statements. Let me go to Oracle SQL Plus and try to connect it from my system. For your information, already I have installed Oracle on my system, and I have necessary privileges to connect to Oracle also. And you can see like how I am logging in. So I am going to this Oracle folder, and then I am clicking this SQL Plus here. I am entering sys as sysdba as the password, as the username, then password. Now, to know in which user I am working, I type the command show user. It says user is sys. And then I connect to my own username, C ## data underscore modeling. Then I type the username. Just to check in which user I am working, I am typing this command show user. And after that, I am using a system table called as tab. So what I'm doing here is I'm describing that table. The short form of that one is tab. So it has got three columns: T name, tab type, and cluster ID. So I'm giving select T name from tab. That means I'm trying to get what are the table names present in this tab table. Some may be user defined tables and some may be Oracle defined tables. I'm just hitting the enter button. Semicolon is used for ending the statement. So you have many tables here. These are all sample tables which I created for myself. And now I'll be using this database to explain to you about different tables. Now, when you see here, I already do have doctor table, medicine administered, patient, patient visit, and as well as other tables. So for this project, I'm going to drop all of those tables. So what I do here is I go to the section, I copy this command. Just let me explain one by one. Drop table. I go to the SQL plus. I want to clear the screen, so I type clear screen. Then I type drop table medicine administered. You got a message from Oracle that table is being dropped. Similarly, each and every information we'll try to note it down now, and I'll drop other tables which are already present in the database. So all tables are dropped. Let me go to the first table that we are going to create. Now, the first step is we are going to create this table called doctor. Now, create table is a syntax. Doctor is a table name. Doctor underscore ID is a column name. Varchar23 is a data type. Not null is a constraint. Doctor name is a column name. Varchar250 is a data type. Not null is a constraint. Date timestamp is a column. Date is a data type. Not null is the not null constraint. Now, after creating this table, we will try to impose other restrictions also. So you got the message table created. Then what I do, I go here. I'm trying to create a primary key here. Alter table, that is syntax. Doctor is a table name. Add constraint, that is a syntax. This one is the column name, sorry, primary key name. This is the syntax primary key, and doctor underscore ID is the column name. Let me execute that one. So table altered. Then I'm trying to insert values into this doctor table. Insert into, that is the syntax. Doctor is a table name. Values is a syntax. Then you have D1. D1 is a value, and it will go to doctor underscore ID column. Now Varchar2 will store number values and as well as the character values. So whenever we say Varchar2, the values that you're going to insert has to be enclosed by commas, and that is why you see this apostrophe, apostrophe and comma to separate this first column and as well as the second column. So D1, comma, Dr. Williams. Dr. Williams will go to this doctor name, and since it is Varchar2, we enclose it within single quotes here. Then to separate the third column date timestamp and this column doctor name, we are adding comma here, and this 2 underscore date is a function provided by Oracle. The values that we are typing here is 05/22/2018. That is a character value, but the data type for this date timestamp is having the data type as a date. We cannot insert character values or numerical values into this date timestamp. So we are using an Oracle defined function called as 2 underscore date to convert this character value into date format, and finally that record will be inserted. So to start with, I'll insert one record here. And click that enter button, it says one row created. Then I would like to insert these 3 rows. So what I do, I copy these 3 records and then I go to system and insert here. So one row created, right? Then I give commit. Commit is a statement which pushes the data permanently into the database. Now, as I told you, that I have not null constraint on these columns, and then primary key also on this column doctor underscore ID. I'm trying to give some information what happens here. So here I'll go to this record. Let us say I'll convert this one to D5 so that the unique value is maintained in this doctor ID column. So already we have D1, D2, D3, 4, and I'm inserting a new record called D5, and I will name this one as Dr. Paul. So instead of giving doctor values here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it as null. That means I'm trying to violate some constraints here so that you will understand what does not null mean. Doctor name is not null. When I hit the enter button, it has to give me an error message that not null constraint is violated. So it says cannot insert null into. Then what I do, I go here, I type Paul. Now this record has to be inserted. One row created. Then what I do, I go to the previous command. Once again, I'll try to go with a different name. Let us say Kevin, but I'll be using the same doctor ID D5. In this situation, it has to throw an error message stating that unique constraint violated, because D5 we do have this value already present in the database. So it says unique constraint violated. So what I do here, I go there and change the D5 to D6. Now this record has to be inserted in the table. One row created. To permanently push it, I give commit statement. Then I clear the screen. So in this example, we have created one table. You have known what is a primary key, what is a data type, what is a column, and what is not null constraint. Now we'll go to the second one. Here we'll try to create a table called clinic. In this clinic, we have clinic ID, clinic name, facility, clinic address, facility care level. It determines whether it is level 1 or level 2 or level 3 hospital. Level 3 hospital means excellent, and level 1 hospital means it's a okay hospital. And then whether emergency services provided in this hospital. If it has got the value Y, then emergency services are provided. If it has got N, then emergency services are not provided. So these are the columns in this table, and you can see different data types like WARCAR2 and as well as date and stamp. And I'm going to copy and paste and execute this. So it is table created. Then I go to the next record, creating primary key. Here I'm trying to impose this primary key on this clinic underscore ID column. So I copy this and I paste it here. Third one, I'm trying to impose a check constraint. Now emergency services, this column should have only Y and N. How to implement this one? I'm using one of the rules provided by Oracle, and that is called as check constraint. Alter table, that is syntax. Clinic is the table name. Add constraint is the syntax. CH clinic ER check. ER is the check constraint name. Check is the syntax, and this is the column name, and it should have only two values, Y and N. So I copy it and I paste it in SQL window. I executed that one. check constraint has been created. Then I insert these three values into clinic, copy, paste, you get this one. Then I say commit. Then I say clear screen. Now I'm going to the third one, which is patient. It has got patient ID, patient name, SSN, patient address, and as well as date time stamp. SSN, I am trying to create a unique constraint because SSN should always have unique values. Now first step is to create the table. So patient table is created. Then I am creating a primary key. Patient ID, and then what I do, I copy this insert values here, insert statements. So all records are created. Now the next step is I'm going to create the next table, patient visit. Patient visit means whenever a patient visits the doctor, then the patient has to pay some professional fees to the doctor, and that is captured by visit fee. Now in this table, we are having a primary key imposed on 4 columns: clinic ID, doctor ID, patient ID, and visit date. So these are called as composite primary key columns. So first one is table created. Then I created a composite primary key on these 4 columns. I got the message table altered. Then what I do, I am adding foreign keys on these 3 columns. If you remember, clinic ID was a primary key in clinic table, doctor underscore ID was the primary key in doctor table, patient ID was the primary key in patient table. That is what we have created. Now, when I have this patient visit table created and I want this clinic underscore ID column present in this patient visit table to refer the values in the parent table. So altogether what you see here is clinic is a parent table, doctor is a parent table, and patient is a parent table, and this table patient visit is a child table, and its 3 columns, clinic ID, patient ID, and as well as doctor ID, will be referring the values from the master entities. So why we are doing this one? Because to avoid data entry errors. If you are not going to enforce this foreign key constraint, a doctor which is not present in the doctor table may be present in this patient visit table. Similarly, a clinic which is not found in the clinic table will be found in this patient visit table. To avoid those kind of errors, we provide a constraint called foreign key constraint, and we have created this foreign key constraint on these columns. The next step is I'm trying to insert values into the database. So I have inserted the 4th table's values also. Let me clear the screen. Then what I do, I go to the 5th table, which is medicine administered. This table gives information about the medicines provided by the doctor to the patient. I create the table here, table created. Then I'm creating the primary key. Again, this is a composite primary key. You can see medicine name, clinic ID, doctor ID, patient ID, visit date. 5 columns are included here, and these 5 columns are composite primary keys. If a primary key is imposed on many columns, then it is called as composite primary key. Now, this table medicine administered is going to refer the previous table which we created. Now what we are trying to do here is alter table, the syntax, this is the table name, add consider the syntax, medicine administered FK01, that is a foreign key name, foreign key. Now we are including 5 columns here, 4 columns here, clinic ID, doctor ID, patient ID and visit date. You can see these 4 columns in this table, medicine administered, visit date, doctor ID, patient ID and as well as clinic ID. So all of these and as well as the visit date. You can see that visit date somewhere here. Visit date, clinic ID, doctor ID and as well as patient ID. These columns are going to become foreign keys and they are going to reference this table called as patient visit, clinic ID, doctor ID, patient ID, visit date columns. And that is what we have done here. That means whatever values you are going to fill in this medicine administered table, those values should be present in the parent tables also. That is what it means. Okay. So what is the parent table here? Patient visit is a parent table here and the child table is medicine administered. Whenever we are entering the values in medicine administered, it will always look upon this patient visit table and it will check whether the combination of values we are typing here in this medicine administered table is also present in the parent table. I copy the values and I paste it here. So we get all the records. I'll say clear screen. Now if you say select T name from tab, you can see the tables that I created, clinic, then doctor, medicine administered, patient and as well as patient visit. Just for understanding purpose, I'm going to type select statements here. In the next module, I'll be using the select statements frequently so that you can understand how to use select statement to pull the data from the database. What I say, select star from doctor. So you can see 3 records here, 6 records here. Select star from clinic. So you see records here. Select star from patient. You see the records here. Then select star from patient underscore visit. You see the records here. Select star from medicine administered. You see all records here. So that is all in this module. So we have covered how to create tables, how to insert values, how to create primary key, how to create check constraint and how to create not null constraint.